Hi everyone, happy Friday. So today I actually do have a supply and book haul. I got some birthday money this month and then had some pre-orders come in. So overall I actually had a pretty substantial haul this month. Next month and probably the month after, the way things are looking, probably won't be a supply haul, and if it is, it will be very minimal. However, just to give y'all a heads up, I do need to save up for my trip next month with my brother, as long as it still happens, depending on, whether it's too risky to go or not, and just kind of keeping an eye on the news. And I also today officially ordered the brooder for the kitten incubator warmer for the local lady who rescues newborn kittens. For those of you who didn't know, I did have to cancel the fundraiser this month because the brooder I was hoping to get was out of stock. And I thought logistically it would just be difficult to try to switch to a different one. And so I did go ahead and get her it. I just considered it my own separate donation. So that is on the way to her. Hopefully she is just beyond thrilled, and I am beyond thrilled that she has it. She actually just rescued a little bitty one. It's probably about 6 days old. Looks like a white or cream colored kitten. It's probably going to have like some flame point tips to her. She looks real pretty. And hopefully the warmer will get to her by Tuesday. It will definitely already be used. And then I also sent her some formula and some antibiotic ointment that she needed for her. So, it's so much happening in the world right now. And after what happened earlier this week in Texas, I've just been angry. I'm not going to go on a rant because this is, I'll save that for color and chat. But I've been angry. I've been upset. I've been heartbroken over what happened. And, but most of all, I felt helpless. And I've kind of felt that way about a lot of things happening lately, for things that are outside my realm of control, that I am helpless to really do anything. And, but cats are a big part of my lives. My cats, are one of the things, one of the one of the things in my life that keeps me going. And the one thing I can control, I may not be able to volunteer to help with cats. I may not be able to foster cats, but what I can do is donate to help others who can help them, who have the resources and the time and the are able to do it emotionally. And so that is one thing I can do, and so it feels good. It's some relief, and a little bit of relief that I found something I could do positive in a world that just seems so dark and devastating right now. And it feels like I said, a little bit of a relief. But that is on the way to her. There will not be a live stream this weekend. It's just been a busy month. I'm still kind of having some fibro flare-up symptoms, so it's just, I'm not going to be able to do it. We're going to do the supply and book haul today. Sunday, I will do a flip through of the books that I have not yet done a flip through, the newest books I got this past week. Tuesday, I'm going to be finishing up pencil on my Space Adventures picture, and then Friday will be my completed pages. So just a heads up as to how the next week or so is going to go. Okay, enough of that. So first up, with some birthday money from my in-laws, I purchased a few things. One being the Faber-Castell Pitt Pastells pencils. The 60 set. Sorry, I should have already unzipped these. And this is what they look like. Of course, I got a case for them as well. So super excited to have another set of pastel pencils. These are, is it AP certified? So they don't have any types of risky, even low risk chemicals in them. They are AP certified, which is one of the reasons I want them. I have eyed the Stabilos in the past. Stabilos. It's not Stabilos, is it? They're called something else. There's another set of pastel pencils that I've kind of been eyeing, but they're not certified, and just with the amount of dust I generate with the pencils, it's not as much me as just the cats that I worry about, so I will probably just stick to these and my Derwents. I've used my Derwents quite a bit. I've not used these yet, but of course we'll probably do a video in June showing you guys how these do. I'm going to switch over now and show you guys the where I recorded yesterday, where I did all the swatching. I did want to show you real quick because this is technically, I guess, a new supply to. I am switching from the basic swatch charts that look like this. I just did this for today, to the ones that look like this, that are basically just little strips that you can put on a ring. I did this with my Derwent's pastel pencils, and I really liked it. It's a lot easier to hold this up to a page to compare shades. It's a whole lot smaller. It takes up less space. I'm going to get a nice little container to just keep these in. And I will link the two Etsy stores that I've used for these in the description. The Derwents were from the Derwent pastels were from a different site, and they were bigger, but in all honesty, I think I like these little bitty ones the best. So let us kick over to looking at the swatches for the Pitt pastel pencils, and not pastel colored, but these are actual pastels, and comparing those to what I got with the Derwent. So here are the swatches for the Pitt pastels from Faber-Castell. There are 60 pencils, so it's a little bit smaller than my Derwent set, and I'm actually trying these color strips instead of doing a typical swatch chart, just because I feel like these are a lot easier when I'm trying to match up colors on a piece of paper. I have a similar one for my Derwent pastel pencils, but it's a lot larger than this set. I got this off a different group, or a different shop on Etsy. I'll have them both linked below. But in kind of looking at these, you can see there's not a ton of like yellows or oranges. You basically get about 2 to 3 of each type of color, even in the purples, till you get to the blues and greens. You get a nice set of blues and greens. It looks like this set made the way for a lot of skin tones and browns, which is nice, and I kind of like having that variety. And then some dark yellows as well, and then you have more grays. So this is the Derwent pastels, and just for comparison, and the numbers are a little different. Like a lot of these darker yellows are on, next to the regular yellows in the Derwent pastels. But it does look like you get maybe about an equal set of oranges, yellow ochres, yellows. You don't get nearly as many reds as you do in the Derwent pastels. You get, looks like a dark red, and then more like a scarlet, and that's pretty much it. You do get more pinks. You do get about the same amount of pinks. No real fuchsias or burgundies that I can see, though. Well, you've got a couple right here, so they're just kind of in different areas. You definitely don't get as many purples as you do in the Derwent pastels. That is definitely, the blues are similar. I think you get more blues. So basically you get a lot more of blues, greens, regular colors in the Derwent set, and then in the Faber-Castell Pitt Pastel set, you get more skin tones and different types of browns, and then the other colors get shortchanged a little bit. So, which is fine by me because I like, I like having different types of palettes to go by. So, but for comparison, if you're looking into pastel pencils and you're looking into the Derwents or the Faber-Castell, there's kind of a comparison of the color differences there. If you want more skin tones, more natural colors, I get more nature type colors, the Pitt Pastels will probably work well for you. If you're looking for more just bright colors, maybe less skin tone and such, then I'd go with the Derwents. Plus, there's a difference of 60 pencils here versus 72 of the Derwents. So that combination, it's actually a pretty big difference in the palettes between the two. So, all right. All right, another one I have been waiting on for a long time. Y'all know I have a few basic watercolor sets. The Pretty Excellent watercolors probably being my favorite at this point, budget-friendly watercolor, basic watercolor sets. However, I wanted a more advanced, more, I guess, artist grade set. And so I've been looking at the Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolors for a while. This, I don't know why I didn't keep the box. My brain hasn't been working very well lately. I ended up getting the full set of these. So let me open this up. I like this because it comes with this extra tray for mixing. And I believe there are 45 in here. Is that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 30, so it should be 45. I got the 45 color palette, which I believe is the biggest palette you can get, which of course you could eventually, probably what I'll do is they do sell other colors, I believe, so eventually I might get a palette and, build my own palette with some extra colors as well. But here they are, all nice and already packaged. I don't think there was a swatch card. If it was in the box, it's gone now, so I've trimmed down a swatch chart from Coloring Bliss and Jennifer Stay that I'm going to use to swatch these. I'm going to unwrap these, swatch them, and then come back and show you the colors. Alright, so these have been swatched out and I finally got them all unwrapped. That took a long time. I get why they do that, but the individually wrapped watercolors are kind of frustrating just because it's really time consuming to unwrap them. So I've unwrapped them and swatched them. And I do want to talk about this for a second because this is interesting. So it says there's different size palettes you can get, and this is supposed to be the 45 color palette. And this is what it looks like. However, when I went to swatch it, I realized that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually a 40 color palette. Let me zoom or bring this up. There we go. So what they've done is given you 2 of certain colors. So it's really 40 unique colors and then 5 extras of certain colors. I think probably the primary ones you would use to mix colors. So we have 2 lemon yellow, 2 Alizera crimson, Alizaria, something like that, 2 ultramarine, 2 Payne's gray, and 2 Chinese white. So like I said, you're actually getting 40 unique colors out of this, and then 5 of them are duplicates. But if you do a lot of mixing, I think that is handy to have. So here is the swatch. Of course, I left the ones blank where there were extras. I see a lot of these types of colors in more professional type sets, so my next step with this and my other watercolor palettes is to create charts where I actually do mixing charts and show what different shades I can come up with. That's a practice I would like to do moving forward. Just haven't started to do it yet. But I think just a good basic amount of reds and pinks and yellows and oranges, blues and greens. You get quite a few browns and brownish, well, different types of browns in this one. And then you get a Payne's gray and then 2 types of black. And then of course your Chinese white, which you can use to make more pastel versions of this. Now let's compare this. So this is, what did I say, 40 unique colors. Compare these to my Pretty Excellent watercolors, as you can see here. So these were around 20 US and these were around 65 US. So I would say budget, if you're looking for a budget watercolor set to start with, the Pretty Excellent, it's also called Liang, maybe. This is a 36 set, and this is what this swatch chart looks like. Of course, I guess you could hold it like this to kind of so you don't really get a violet red. I guess that's where the mauve kind of comes into play. And then you look at your blues, greens. You get a lot more, I feel like, browns in this one than you do this collection. And then of course you get a gray and a gray and 2 different types of black. So, but there's not a huge difference. So what did I say? 36 versus 40 unique colors. So really there's only a 4 color difference. I would say, you know, if you're just trying watercolors out, go with a budget friendly one like the Liang's. And then me, I wanted a little more professional set as well. That's why I went with the Winsor and Newton. Ooh, that one's still a little sticky. One of the cool things about this is I believe I can buy these open stock. So like with the Pretty Excellent watercolors, once you're out of a color, you would have to buy the whole set. I also like that this comes with an extra mixing tray right here. So there are those. Now, in terms of your basic watercolor kits, I'm pretty set. I have the good budget, the more advanced palette, and then I've got that very first set I bought, which is okay, but a little chalky. So I don't know how often I'll use those. Maybe if I just want to put a thin layer of something down or whatever, you know, or I may just give those away to somebody. So we'll see how that goes. Now, along the same line for watercolors, I did pick this up. This is a ceramic mixing palette. I find a lot of times when I'm working on a page, I run out of spaces to mix on the palette, and even with that extra fold out on the Winsor Newton, I may not have enough room, so this will work well as an extra mixing palette. I could also theoretically, I bet, scribble like gelatos and in some of these, and then I don't know if it's smooth, it may not take, but I bet I can scribble them in there and get some color that way as well. So there's that. I also got a specialty watercolor set, is kind of what I'm calling them, for my birthday Happy Mail from, what is it called, Prima Marketing. This is part of their watercolor Confections sets. This is the vintage pastel set. Gosh, I can't get my singulars and plurals today. I love these because these are unique colors. This is probably where future watercolor purchases will be is within unique colors. Obviously, I have a variety I can mix together with my basic palettes, but I do also tend to be lazy. And so if I can get some unique colors without having to do a ton of mixing, then, you know, I like these as nice little additions. Nice to have, not necessarily have to have. And I like these because these are colors I do not typically use. I know I don't really have. And that charcoal just gives me life because that is the darkest black watercolor I've ever seen, and I'm really excited to try all of these in a background. So that is what that set looks like. So like I will pick up more of these sets with the unique colors, but like the basic set and stuff I probably will skip over because I don't really need them unless I wanted a small little travel set or something, but I doubt I'm going to be doing much travel watercoloring, so I am allowed to change my mind down the road though, so. Alright, one thing I did pick up, I am using, where is it? I'm using this basic Dale pencil sharpener for not just my colored pencils, but the pastels as well. I've noticed it can eat quite a bit of the Derwent pastel pencils. I think it's because they're shattered on the inside and I'm burning through them pretty fast because of that, not necessarily because of the sharpener. However, to try to minimize that, I did buy the Derwent pastel specific sharpener just to see if it is the sharpener and not the pencils. So I have that. I ended up from my parents getting the two last sets of Black Widows that I do not have, which are the 36 Dragon edition that look like this. And I'll show you the swatches in a minute. And the 48 set. I do like my Black Widow pencils, however, I wish they were like sold specifically open stock like other pencils are. Now I believe there's a way where you can contact the manufacturer and purchase them open stock that way. However, I can't confirm that. So 48 Monarch pencils. However, as little as I'm using the pencils, I feel like it will be a very long time before I have to worry about pencil replacement. Plus, with what is now, I think, 180 pencil set, if I run out of one particular color, I can probably find the pencil in another set to compensate for that one until I get to the point where I can just buy, you know, another set. So this is what the Monarch looks like. This is a 48 pencil set. There's that. Alright. So, like I said, with the original 3 sets of 24, which is, I think, like a scorpion, a snake, and the Black Widow set. Then you have the dark skin tone and light skin tones, which make 24. Then you have these two sets, which are 48 and 36. I think it ends up being around 180, something like that, total for all the sets. Because of that, I did have to get another pencil case that I can put them all in. With these little swatch strips that I purchased, I did purchase the set that has the Black Widows in entirety by color family, not by set, which is how I do ultimately want to organize them. However, just to show you guys, even though I'm sure you've seen these on other sites, the Dragon set is a 36 set, and these are the colors you get. Very bright colors. I like the oranges in here. You get quite a few pinks and red violets. A couple skin tones, which is nice. And then not a ton of greens or blues, which is okay because I feel like most, you know, greens and blues encompass most sets, basic sets. So I like the fact that there's more oranges and pinks and red violets and stuff to kind of, you know, these are what I consider an addition to what I already have. However, if you're looking at them just to purchase either as a supplement or, you know, just to use on their own, this is the colors you get. Now, in comparison, here is the Monarch 48, which is a combination of, I feel, kind of like you have skin tones, then you have some pastels. I feel like a lot of these are, you know, more pastel-y type pencils. Then you get more tropical type colors, like these two right here I really dig, and this bright yellow, more exotic kind of darker tropical colors. So, and then you get more grays. So this is a nice, again, supplement set where to the other sets you get more of a pastel look. Now, if you were to get these two together, you'd get some pastels, you'd get, you know, those tropical colors I'm talking about, a whole bunch of pinks and some oranges, and then more, you get this is more light tone and dark tone. I feel like these are more medium to dark tone. So these together I feel like would be just an interesting couple sets. Would it be a complete set? No, especially because you don't have whites or blacks. But I think these would be good supplementary sets depending on what you need supplements for. So if you already have certain sets and you're looking for these types of colors, that's why I swatched them like this, so you could see what the actual sets look like. But as I've said, all of mine will be combined together in this pencil case. I think it's a 200 pencil case. I couldn't find a 180, so I guess if they come out with another set, I may have enough room to just barely squeeze it in. And so I'm going to be putting all my Black Widow sets in here, going to arrange them by color family so that it is like one whole set is the plan. Pretty excited about that. I've been waiting on those for a while. I think that pretty much sums up the supplies. Though I do want to show you this real quick. It's not coloring related, so don't be too mad, but this is how we roll in this house. So my husband got me these for my birthday. My husband's a big Lego person. I like Legos too. I tend to like the smaller little brickhead sets and stuff, and some of the more unique Legos they're putting out recently. And this is a good example. My brother had these and I really liked them. So they make flowers that you can put together that are made of Legos and that you can put in a little vase and stuff. And so my husband got me this for my birthday because we can't have real flowers in the house because the cats will eat them. We can't have fake flowers in the house because the cats will eat them. Now, if the cats can manage to get a Lego piece off these and eat them, then I think they're just a lost cause at this point. So, excited about that. There's some other, like, you can get some roses and sunflowers and tulips and stuff, and I would like to get those eventually as well. Alright, so now we're going to move to the books. And went a little book crazy. Went a lot book crazy, let's be real here, this month. Like I said, I had a pre-order, I had a birthday, and I had some that I just bought because I wanted to buy them. And so again, this is probably going to be the last bunch that I buy for a while. Yeah, I'm pretty set at this point. I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy any books the rest of the year or anything, because we know new releases always come along, and the newest Joshua Dunbar book is still not out yet, and that is one in particular I know I'm going to get once it's released. I don't know what it is, but I know he has at least one, if not two, he's working on. So, but other than that, I don't have any plans to purchase any new books. Check my community page, by the way, because there were some Kanoko Agusa books that showed up. English language books on Amazon, 2 to be released next month and 1 to be released later this year. And you can look at the post because it'll have the links and stuff. But what I did was I compared what was on the pre-order pages to Rhapsody in the Forest, Symphony of Cute Animals, and Menuet de Bonheur. I messed that up. Whichever. The 3 books that are most commonly out there as of right now. And the images seem to be the same between the 3 books. So I don't know if they're reprinting them for English versions. I don't know if they're adding additional images or what they're doing exactly. However, I had them on pre-order. I canceled that because as of right now, I'm assuming they're going to be the same books. And since I already have those books, I don't need them again. So keep that in mind if you see them and you think they're new books. I don't think they're new. However, if you don't have those books, this might be a good opportunity because it looks like these will be easier to obtain depending on where you live than the other books, which sometimes you have to go to Etsy to find some of them and everything and pay a little more for shipping and everything. So these might be more of an English publication, but I do believe they are older books. So just a heads up on that because I don't want anybody else to make a whoopsie. Now, if I see them come out and it turns out that they have new images in them, you know, obviously that's different, but for now I'm going to assume they're the same books. All right. So I did pick up Party, which this is the non-translated version. And I don't know if this will be republished, you know, as an American version, but it's a cute little book that I think is geared more towards the younger crowd. However, it is a gorgeous little book, and it makes me happy. And so I still got it. I was really hoping I could do one for my birthday this month. But, you know, come to find out, I don't think I like my birthday very much. It seems like every year I struggle around my birthday. Probably because that's when the weather around here shifts every year. But I also get just a little bit bummed out. So maybe I didn't need to celebrate. Maybe I need to celebrate after the birthday month's over or something. But anyway, this is a super cute book. Any flip throughs I have, I will put cards up. Of course, they will be to multiple books that you guys are going to see. But you'll see them in the top right where I can post them. I'll post as many as I can. But I will let you know there is a group of these that I have not flipped through. But I will let you know when I get to those. And those will be up Sunday. So we will have flip throughs of all the books for the month. Camilla de Erico did publish a new book this month, Pop Manga Dragons and Other Magically Mythical Creatures. I like this one. I think I like the cute and creepy one better still. But this one that's the only other one of hers that I own and probably will be. This, of course, would be my other favorite one. I am glad I purchased this one because this is a little more my style. I do not have the Pop Manga Mermaids, or I think there's one simply just called Pop Manga. I did have an issue because on some of the 2-page spreads, the art does go into the spine, which is a little aggravating. I don't know how much of those I will be coloring, but all these other pictures are just fantastic. I'm so bummed, y'all. I have colored a lot this month. I really have, and I'm proud of that, but I'm also really bummed because there's so many books that I am just not going to be able to get to. I just ran out of time. And of course I have all the time in the world, but I really wanted to get to them this month. Alright, Matchstick Mouse, a summer coloring book. I do have the others I eventually want to get, but I am trying to restrain myself a bit, and I just purchased the one this time. This is the latest release by Morgan O'Brien of the Matchstick Mouse series. I would say if I haven't gotten the other 3 by September, that's probably when I'll get them, because I'll want them for Halloween and Christmas and autumn. So we'll be getting those later this year. I did do one in here. You'll get a little sneak peek of some of the completed pages in here, by the way, if you hadn't already seen them on Instagram. I did that one with Derwent pastel pencils and alcohol marker. Adorable. I actually went ahead. Did I write it down here? Oh boy, I wrote it all down and then probably, no, it's back here. I made a list of all the colors I specifically used for, we'll call him Magellan. I'll call him Magellan after my cat Maggie because he's all exploring and stuff. We'll call him Magellan here. Magellan the Matchstick Mouse. And it's got alliteration, so double win. I wrote down his colors because I would like to keep him consistent through the book. However, I'm going to change the color of his hat in every page, so, and do different designs and stuff. I think that'll be fun. This is a fun little page. Didn't take long at all, and it turned out great. You guys seem to love it on Instagram. So, all right, Michelle, don't talk too much about the completed pictures. That's what the completed pages video's for. I finally got my Disney Felines book. I got the Spanish version that was on Book Depository, and it was at a pretty good deal. I think it was about 20, 25 as opposed to like 40. I don't have any other Disney books. This is my Hachette Heroes Disney books. This is my first one of the color by number, and of course you knew I was going to have to get the Cats one. It is double-sided, as they all typically are. I think at this point I want to get the Villains one that just came out. However, it is not available on Amazon, so I can't add it to my wish list, but I do want the Villains one. Again, that will probably, I'm guessing September. I'm going to try to hold off on major new book purchases till, we'll say, September. Because by then I will know about my contract renewal for work for the next year. But I would like to, I think the only other one I really, really want right now is the Villains one. I'd love to collect them all, but I don't have the space, and I already have so many freaking books. I have tried one using my Ohuhu water-based markers. Not really thrilled with how it came out. It's cute, but I definitely want to try paint and pencil and some other different techniques in the book to see what I really like using the most. I'd say the water-based markers were probably the easiest, but like I had it smear some of the lighter color areas when it, I was coloring close to the black, and it was just really annoying. And it's got a little bit of streakiness to it, so I do like it. I'm glad I got it, and I actually want to do another one in it this month. I just don't know what I'm trying yet. I got 2 books by Becca Golins that I saw on here. Again, I've done flip-throughs on these. The first one being Dragons with Pets. This is by Becca Golins, part of the Dragons and Beasties series or publishers. Adorable book. Adorable. And I think, maybe not. Maybe this is just your standard Amazon paper, but when I was coloring on it, it sure felt to me, oh, and she put her landscape pictures together. Good on her. It felt a whole lot easier to color on, in my opinion, with the markers. Really simple pictures, but dang it if these are not the cutest darn things I've ever seen. And I feel like this is the best example in the world I'm about to show y'all. Again, another one. I did this picture. It felt, like I said, it felt smoother than normal Amazon paper when I was doing the marker blending. But y'all, I did this picture. This has got to be one of my favorite pictures of all time. I will be cutting this picture out and framing it. I love it so very much. I actually based it on, used the cover as inspiration, and it just turned out so stinking cute. I really want to play with blends in this book. I think not all the dragons, but most of the dragons, I'm going to play with some sort of color blending like this, because I just think it would be a fun thing. However, great example of just how something so simple can bring me so much joy when I color. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the complicated pages as well, but there's just something so simple it's colorful, it's cute, it has a cat in it, and so therefore it like hits all my, hits all the boxes for me. Color Dragons and Beasties is the other one I got from Becca Golins. And again, stinking adorable. Real simple pages. However, very cute. These are more what I've been drawn to lately, to be honest, are these simpler pages, and then I mix them in with the more complex stuff. That seems to be kind of more my speed lately. The newest release from Alexandra Franzese, Mermaids Chibi Girls. I really want to try to color in this for the end of the month, because it is perfect for the month. I do really enjoy her with the otters there. That is just so stinking cute. I just did a flip through Tuesday of this one. I think. Very cute. Also Tuesday, I did a flip through this new release from Camilla and Angelkova, 50 Farmers Miniatures. Also another one I really want to do this month because it would work great with the color along I have. I love the giant vegetables and the little doors and animals. And where they make little homes out of them and stuff. I love it. I think it's so cute. I love this little pig too. This one's tough. I don't know which one I want to do the picture in. And finally, in terms of the books I've shown flip throughs of, I did this one. No, yes, this one was Wednesday. Where I got the happy birthday mail. I showed you guys the vintage pastel paints earlier. This is the book that also came, Summer Nights by Hanna Karlzon. I have one other that I can't, again, remember the name of, where I think I will have all of hers except for her newest release. Well, all the ones that are in print, I guess I should say. And in fact, this one's probably not going to happen this month, because I want to get my Space Adventures picture done. But I am thinking of trying to find a palette using the vintage pastels in this book so that I can use my Happy Mail together. I think they would go together pretty darn well in some of these. So very cool. This is an older version of hers. Actually, I'm kind of leaning towards this picture because I think the vintage pastel would bounce so well off of silver, and using like a silver gel pen in here with some of my liquid pearls, I bet I can find one that matches up really well. So kind of thinking about that one. All right. Now, here we get to the last stack of books I got this month. These I plan on doing a flip through Sunday. So Sunday's flip throughs, I'm going to have 7 books to flip through. So it'll be kind of long, just a heads up. Along with the Black Widow pencils, and actually it's a board game I didn't show called Calico that is really cute. You build custom quilts for cat, and you try to draw the cats to lay on your quilts. And like 2 people can play it. My husband and I do like to play board games on occasion, but because of COVID, we don't group up with people often, so finding games that are geared more towards 2 players has been helpful for us. They did get me that too. I should have brought that in here, but this was one of the Watercolor with Me books that I wanted. I wanted to get the jungle one because I love the jungle books. You know, I love coloring jungle stuff. It's one of my favorite things to color. And these books are really interesting. I think the other one's in the forest. There might be an in the ocean one as well. It's by Dana Fox. Again, I will do a full flip through on Saturday. This is a little different from a typical coloring book because she goes through watercolor techniques and then gives you on specific watercolor paper places to practice. So here you're coloring a hibiscus. She gives you the colors to use, which actually match up to, looks like the Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolor colors. Looks like. I'm trying to look and see if they're, yep, Winsor & Newton Cotman line of watercolor paints, which is super helpful to me because now my watercolors I can use specifically for this, but of course you can use any watercolor palette to match those colors, and then you get a page to actually follow the directions on. I do want to use more watercolors in the in my Jungle books, and it would also be awesome to be able to sketch and paint some of these in, which I think I could do just looking at this. So I thought it would be a lot of fun. And then again, trying some wet on dry techniques to create different textures. Just looks fun. And eventually I want to get the others, but this is the latest by Joseph Cadenbang, Mythographic Voyage. I do believe Fabiana Attanasio is coming out with a new one soon, if it's not already out. Again, that will have to go on my list though, because I got to restrain myself. These are perforated. Oh, look at that kitty. Oh, it's so cute. So these are the ones that usually have hidden objects. You've got some cute little frogs here. They are single-sided. There's one in, oh, I can't find it. I had it pulled down. One of the other mythographic books I really wanted to do this month with flamingos, and I just don't know if I'm going to have the time. So it'll be a little bit before I can color in this one. However, what's really cool is you get these little circles. It's almost like focus points in some of these pictures, which is interesting. I love the like dessert planet there. Though if she's boating in chocolate syrup, that's got to be kind of a pain. Maybe it's chocolate milk or something. Kind of makes me think of oh, what's it called? Willy Wonka. So there is smoke coming out of those pumpkins. That can't be healthy. There is Wildflowers by Jessica Mazurkiewicz. I believe this is a release of this year. I'm not sure exactly when, but I feel like it's been fairly recent. It is a Creative Haven book. The one I got pretty marked up on the cover, but I don't mind that. So you've got some really neat pictures in here. I do like her floral books. Her floral design color by number book is one I'm actually trying to finish this year. So some of these I want to do like either just pencil or pencil and marker, but I think some of these I really just want to do with some marker and get comfortable just using marker in these books, because for some reason I feel like I have to use a lot of complicated things in those books, and I really don't. American Cryptids. This is one that Amazon suggested to me, and because I'm really into kind of the weird and wacky, I was drawn to this. Hopefully this is like, you know, I get nervous about new artists and new publishers because you just don't know. You hope everybody's legit, right? And you're not just picking up something that's been pulled off somebody else. So I am not familiar with either one of these before. I haven't. So, though that publisher sounds a little culty to me. The book is still cool, though. So it actually tells you what each one is, and it says when they were first reported and what their location is. So this one's actually within driving distance of me. It's a little bit further away, but Christian County, Kentucky, there's a community called Hopkinsville. It's on the, on the other side of the state line, but I could get there in a day. The Hopkinsville Goblin is one of them. You have the Cactus Cat in the southwest. So it shows you all these different cryptids that have been reported in the U.S. Is it just the U.S.? Looks like it. And then you get the actual pictures. And so they're not creepy though. They're kind of cool looking, right? I wouldn't say creepy. I wouldn't say creepy. Like, look at this. I'm assuming this is Bigfoot. I mean, he looks like he's grumpy, but like I like the cactus cat looks stinking adorable. Stinking adorable. Anyway, just a really unique little book. Something I have not seen anyone else ever flip through. I just thought it might be fun. Nothing complicated. I believe this is Amazon printed. Yep. Alright. Then we have another unique one, Magical Cat Creatures by Strange Design. I do have some of their other books, like Cats in Space and Cats Attack. And I saw someone flip through this one, and I thought it was super neat. Amazon printed. Look at this Medusa cat with the snakes. Isn't that hilarious? I love it. I love it. Giant catacorn head in space. A princess fairy cat. The cat with the wings is just great. I love it. Fairy cat. Your little gnome cats with, it looks like somebody put little gnome hats with elastic beards on. It's like forcing them to pose for a picture. Oh shoot. Why can't I think of the name of it? Not the Kraken, it's the Catten, I guess. Cat Kraken. Anyway, I thought these were hilarious. Though that cat dragon and the cat princess is a little freaky. Anyway, I thought that one was fun. Saw this flip through on somebody's channel. I can't remember. And then Tammy was like, have you seen the Tiny Cats book from Coco Wyo? And of course, as soon as I held off for most of the month. I stayed strong for a few weeks, but then I ultimately had to get it because it's cute. I loved this one with the cat tree like in the clouds. It's kind of how I imagine heaven's like, just giant cat trees and all my cats up there hanging out, causing trouble. Now, this paper looks like it's not a white paper. It's more kind of a grayish white, but I mean, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. It's something different, so I do want to tell you guys. So just tiny little cats, little peas in a pod. Adorable. Oh, they're frogs. And finally, I believe this is the newest release from R.J. Hampson. I know I said I wasn't going to get another R.J. Hampson book anytime soon because I already have two that I want to color in and I haven't done it yet. But I saw this one again. I think it was Tammy. Thanks, Tammy. I'm sure that's what y'all tell me all the time, as muttering to yourself as you hit add to cart, right? So, oh, fair enough. Dragon Dreams by R.J. Hampson. I don't know, after we get done with baby dragons, we may have to do some buddy colors in this one. So this one's not only, not only do you have like, your scary, aggressive looking dragons, but you've also got some like really funny dragons in here too. At least I saw a couple at some point. Like you got more cute, like cartoony dragons. Oh, he's lost. That poor little guy. Look at that tear. Oh, poor thing. I love that he titles his pictures very important dragons. But like, yeah, you have some, and he got found. Oh, is that the same little dragon? Oh, well, good. I'm glad he got found. Anyway, just adorable book. Adorable. I believe, yes, it's double copies of each image. So, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that because I need to stop. Needs to stop. Got plans. Got to get prepared. I was able to get that brooder at least, and that was with restraining myself at least somewhat. Well, a lot, to be fair though, a lot of this, I believe the Farmer's Miniatures, the Alexander Franzese book, and then the books at the beginning of the month, the Matchstick Mouse and Becca Golins books and stuff, like these were the ones I bought myself. These were all birthday related. So I guess really in the grand scheme of things, it's not too bad. But I hope you guys enjoyed. The plan is to do a full flip through of these books on Sunday. So that should cover all the, if you've seen these or if you want to see more of these, tune in Sunday. If you want to see more of any of the other books I showed, feel free to go back into my videos because there will be a flip through somewhere this month of all the other books. Might take a little digging, but they're there if it did show up in a card. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.